are back with comedian David Boyle, and I'm quitting alcohol. So it's coming up to soccer season again, and it's team formation time. So the team my son was in last year, who were playing in the worst division, and they finished last by a long way. The parents, for some reason, are trying to keep this team together. Obviously, I want no part of it, but I've been added to the group, and my wife has been added to the group. And the parents of some of these kids desperately want this coach who coached last year, who literally was the worst coach I've ever seen of anything. The worst coach I've ever seen in my entire life across any discipline. He was the worst. He's the guy who took his wife's last name. That's all you need to know. So the parents, for some reason, want this guy to coach again. And he's put us all in a group and he's like, I can't wait to coach. Like, for the last 2 months, he's been like, I can't wait to coach a team, can't wait to get the kids back together. The same guy who, when I first met him, said, I've never played sports before in my life, and he 100% looks like it. So I don't know what these other parents are thinking, but they want this guy to coach. Anyway, a couple of nights ago, just like in the summer season when we were doing the teams, this cunt jumps on the group chat and says, there's a new plan. What we're going to do is we're going to invite a bunch of other kids from my son's school, and they're going to play in one team, and we're going to get another team, and all we need is a new coach and a new manager. But all these kids that go to the same school together really want to play together. And basically he was like, we're going to form 2 teams. The only problem is the other team, which my son's not in, has no coach or manager, and there's not enough players for a second team. I'm just throwing it out there, guys. I'm open to some feedback. And that's how this thread that I'm about to read out started. This is the absolute punish it is being involved in under-9 soccer with the woke crew. You got to remember, everyone here really cares about each other's feelings, and no one wants to get hurt and all that sort of shit. And the MVP of the team last year was the friendliest kid. Just vote for whoever you think the friendliest kid was. Remember I did that episode about going to that cunt's house and taking his MVP? So these are the families. These are the parents. They're not my types. I'll just read out how he started this whole fucking thing. He's like, hi folks, just waiting for a couple more folks to join the chat. Then I'll share my thoughts about team formation. And everyone's like, what? What's he talking about? Team formation? What's the news? I wonder what the news is. No one wrote anything, but that's what everyone's thinking. Then 5 hours later, the big man gets on the fucking soapbox. And it's too long to read out. But it basically said what I said before. There's going to be 2 teams, except the other team doesn't actually exist. So the first parent, this guy's all right. This guy's English, and I don't mind this guy, to be honest. But he's sick of fucking the coach's shit. I'm going to call the coach M for man boobs. Alright, K. K is... Oh, there's too many fucking Ks around. This is KK. This is the English guy. So he goes, I'll have a think about it. That said, my initial reaction is that this would have been a better conversation to have had before registrations and payments. A few of us had a similar experience during the summer tournament, where a late split left us struggling to field a full team of 6, let alone have subs, which made for a pretty negative experience for the kids some weeks. Given that, I think more upfront clarity would have been helpful. So KK's not happy, but he's keeping it cool. He's keeping the lid on it. Me and my wife are in the background going, thank God this is going on because we are not going anywhere near. I'm like, can you just tell them that fucking just leave us out of all of it? We don't want to be anywhere near those teams. So after KK's thing, this new bitch comes in. I don't even know who this is. One of the new kids who's joining the team, his mum chimes in. I'll call her KY. I suppose that's what Formation Day is all about. Kids come along who haven't yet registered and teams need to be made. And then L comes in, another new chick. I think in Matt's defense, being the holidays recently, we haven't really had the chance to discuss soccer. I don't expect my T, that's her son, to take the place of another player. However, I don't expect him to take the place of another player. However, I 100% do, if she was honest. However, I know that he'd like to play with his mates from primary school, and I think his mates are all excited to play together. From what I've heard, in brackets, I have an older son who has been playing for this soccer club for a few years now, and the teams do somewhat change around each year, and teams get split up, especially in the younger year groups. Everyone ignored the fuck out of her, and then Manboob's coach replied to the English guy, I understand your frustration. That's why we're having this conversation up front, to work out how all the kids can have a good experience. A good experience? Are you insane? Just fucking get them out there. All your kids are retarded. Anyway, another dad's jumped in. I actually like this kid, but Jesus Christ, he sucks at soccer. And his dad knows it as well. He's like, oh my God, not this again. That's that's what was happening when we were turning up to summer soccer. He was like, oh, here we go. All right, so he says, hi, man boobs. Thanks for laying it out for us. P, who's his son, would be happy to play with as many of his old teammates as possible, as he loved the group that was formed last year. So if it works best to have two teams, then so be it. Would the suggestion be to have any kids who attend this particular primary school form one team and the rest another? If so, how would the numbers look? In brackets. Sorry, I'm not familiar as to who goes to that primary school. P doesn't. In terms of coach manager, I'm assuming you would coach the team with all the primary school kids in it if you were still coaching. If this is the case, I'm happy to help out with the non-primary school team if this is how we proceed, but could only do so as some sort of assistant, not a coach, unfortunately, due to work commitments. i.e., I am unable to run regular training exercises, so we would need someone else to act as coach. Happy to hear what others think. Someone did like the praying hands emoji. So the coach replies to this, it really depends on who steps up to coach. Once we have another coach, we can sort all of that out. If we don't find another coach, we'll just leave it up to the age coordinators in the team formation assessments. But that will make a lot of work for the age coordinators, who are also volunteers, just like everybody at the club. I'd like to save them some effort in the already mammoth task of forming teams out of 70 plus under 9 kids. And of course, those teams will still need coaches. I'm like, just kill me. Kill me now. I'm reading this and I'm like, babe, can you fucking message the age coordinators I don't know, make it anonymous or something and just say we do not want to be anywhere near these teams because I can't fucking do it. I can't do it for another season. We've got to be away from these cunts. Anyway, some other new bitch comes in. Hi. I'm Oz Mum A. I've played football for over 35 years but never coached. Oh, so you're an old bitch, are ya? I'd have to understand the time commitments before volunteering, as I'm also time poor, like us all. Maybe I could have a chat to you, coach, to get an understanding of what's involved. And the coach completely ignores that, and he adds 2 people to the fucking chat. And those 2 people are the kid who won the MVP, his parents. And they come in and they start saying some annoying stuff. They're like, hey, coach, thanks to that. All caught up on the chat. And the mum goes, thanks for all the info, coach. Very clear. I wonder if there are any more kids in our circles who may want to join the team. MVP is at that primary school, but had fun last year with the winter team. So I don't have strong feelings about having him in either team. At the moment, we're probably going to wait and see if there are any changes of minds / numbers after team formation. Now we've got someone else in there who's just in there to chime in. Some other new bitch, I don't know. Yes, thanks, Matt, for all the information and for trying to be proactive in keeping everyone happy. Kids, parents, club volunteers, etc. And some cunt gave him the thumbs up. Kay, the lady is like, hey, A, do you want to play over 35s Division 1 with me? So she's just throwing it out there that she's a professional soccer player too. Well, not professional, but semi-professional, Division 1. I could have made it to the pros if I didn't hurt my knee. And A just comes straight in with the slap down. I've got a team, K, sorry. Who knows, we may see each other on the field. But A's really thinking, I've played soccer for 35 years. You think I'm joining your shitty team? And K replies, great, sorry to sabotage the thread, but recruiting players is a punish at all ages. And then A comes back in over the top and she's like, sorry everyone, I performed the cardinal sin of not checking with my partner before putting the offer of coaching out there. With everything we've got going on, I realistically can't take the coaching on, but definitely happy to work in the background to help out in a less absorbing role. So, as I suspected, the only reason she sent the message was to let everyone know she's been playing soccer for 35 years. Shut up, A, you fucking a-hole. Honestly, if I didn't have this podcast, I would be like, I think I'd be shooting people. I'd be going on rampages of some sort. And this is the coach's this is the coach's wife. The one whose last name the coach has absorbed. I thought it would be nice for us to have a pre-season get-together. I'd like to suggest blah blah Bolo on Sunday, 9th of March. Let me know if you're free and I'll book a table for later afternoon. Absolutely every single person ignored that. Not a single reply or thumb up or anything. Just nothing. And then coach comes back in like 3 days later after that. And he's like, hi folks. S has asked the folks who want to stay on the team to not go to grading tomorrow. That will give the assessors more time to grade the others. That means the team will start at Division 7 again. I can tell you right now, whether you're grading your kids or not, they'll be in Division 7. 110. But we'll have 2 opportunities to be regraded during the season. Here's a list of the kids who want to be on the team with no grading. And he lists like 7 kids. If you want to be on the team and skip grading, please message me urgently. And of course, if you're in the list above and you would prefer to go through the grading, do likewise. And then one of the parents whose kid is like full-blown retarded comes in and says, Jay would like to be on the team too. Of course Jay does. And then it's back to coach. Sorry if this all sounds political, but it's not really. So let me simplify it. There's an existing team coached by me and managed by G. A few of the team want to go through grading as the team is currently in Division 7. Can you stop fucking mentioning that? We know it's the worst team I've ever seen in my entire life. In any sport. That frees up a few spots, but not enough room for all newcomers. The age coordinators will assign those who go through grading to their teams. They will try to group friends together, so with any luck, everybody else will be put in the same team, but the team will need a coach and a manager. Hey, I've been playing soccer for 35 years. Can you coach? No. So why the fuck did you mention it? I was just letting you know. Where were we? The coach and a manager. I was trying to form 2 teams that could train together and everyone would have some of their mates on their team, but we'll have to see where the cards fall. Final team number 1 is, and he lists the team. We'll leave this open for now to see how the other teams form. S has said she'll do her best to get you all on the same team. And I'm like panicking. I'm fucking hitting my wife in her sleep. I'm like, don't let this happen. Message the coordinators. Say we don't want a part of it. Message him. Just whatever you do, keep us out of it. And she doesn't want any part of it either. So we're both panicking. I'm like, he's not fucking adding us in those teams, is he? So we're in the background, just panic. I don't even want to be in this group. I don't even want to read these fucking messages. And coach continues, for team 1, please do not attend grading tomorrow. For the others, please make sure you've filled out the Google form for grading. If you didn't attend last week, and make sure you're all registered. And then MVP's dad comes in and he's a little bit pissed because his son was left off that list of players who were in team 1. He's like, hi coach, just to confirm, how many normally in a team? I assume it's 10. If you said this is the final team? Coach is like, anywhere from 7 to 11, but we prefer team sizes of 10. And then MB jumps in. I don't even know who the fuck that is. And they chime in with, thanks for organizing, coach. And the coach is like, all good. I'm fairly sure the folks doing team formation will get to stay together. S said she should do her best. I'm like, no way. No fucking way. And then G, who's also a good dude, comes in and he's like, hi CH, sounds like a great idea and that date works for us. He's talking about the drinks on the Sunday at the Bolo from 5 days ago. He does seem like a little bit of a pisshead, that guy. And then KB comes in and this is where it starts to get a little bit spicy. I don't even know who KB is. I appreciate that everyone is trying to make this work and everyone is a volunteer, but I think the idea of making the teams up outside of the standard formation process risks hurting people's feelings. The club has a great culture that champions diversity and inclusion. We should contribute to those ideals. It's much cleaner to be told by an official in a semi-formal formation process who is in and who is out. That's why S will be doing formation tomorrow. I encourage others to do the same, and I hope to see you there. Ugh. Ugh. And then coach comes over the top. I understand, KB, but the standard formation process at this age is that they should play with kids they know. It's more important than what level they play at, because none of them are going to play like Pele at this age. None of your little fucking rats are. Anyway, it's all about making kids feel comfortable with the game. As an example, yeah, that's what it's about. Making kids feel comfortable with the game. As an example, L and O were placed in the highest division, Division 3, last year, but they didn't have a good time. They would have preferred more friends and felt a bit isolated. Their parents might correct me on that, but that's what I'd been told. I can tell you right now, their kids suck, and that's why they felt isolated. Anyway, fucking MVP's dad's come back in, and he's like, we're all appreciative of all the effort you put into organizing this, coach, as I can only imagine how stressful this can be. But I say this as feedback so that this process is improved on in future seasons. The team was finalized on really short notice, and we didn't have a chance to read and respond in time to put S's name down or MVP's name down or discuss with him, as the team finalization started at 9 a.m. and was submitted by 3 p.m. We didn't know the decision had to be made so soon, and we're trying to keep MVP's options open. Yeah, like Real Madrid were fucking scouting him. What were the options? I've seen this little cunt play. He ducks when someone shoots for goal. He let in 7 goals and a half every single half. It is disappointing that he missed the boat, especially as the team is not full. Anyway, since the team has been finalized, MVP will take his chances at team formation and hopefully join a team with some others he knows. The last thing that kid wants to be doing is taking his chances at team formation. He needs to be on a team like immediately. Anyway, coach comes in after that and he's like, gee, your wife wanted to wait until after team formation. That's what you've got. I've tried really hard to get 2 teams together, but I've only been able to form 1 team because nobody stepped up. Next time, maybe volunteer to do something. And good luck on finding a coach and a manager. I haven't actually read that one. That's a good one. He's basically, like, there's 1 team. He's basically just filled his team with his son's friends and kicked everyone else out and gone, well, if you can't find a manager, fuck ya. This is crazy shit. So after that, fucking MVP's mum, who is the previous guy's wife, the guy before the coach, comes in and says, hi, coach. We didn't realize there was a deadline or that attending team formation would lock MVP out of the team, but we'll work on a plan. He's a pretty flexible kid. And everyone collectively rolled their eyes. And then KB comes back in, the one who said the club has a great history of diversity and whatever. Good morning. After a flurry of late night and early morning communications, I now understand more of the moving parts involved and think that nobody has been shortchanged or unreasonably excluded. Therefore, S will be delighted to join Team 1 as originally proposed, and I will find another PowerPoint to put my finger into. Thanks. And then last but not least, David Boyle has left the group. What an absolute fucking nightmare these cunts are. Anyway, team formation was today, and I fucking went down. My son fucking played real well, so hopefully he's nowhere near these cunts. He's not going to be. He played real well today. Anyway, that'll fucking do it for tonight, and I'll see ya the fuck later.